Hello, this is Joseph Woodard, and today I would like to talk about the White Mountain Apache Indian tribe and their cultural beliefs and how dance ties in to their everyday lives. Through their dance and spiritual ceremonies, the White Mountain Apaches shared a deep connection with the natural world. Unlike so many Native American tribes that had their land taken from them, the White Mountain people continue to live on a piece of land in east central Arizona. But just like other Native American territories, the United States Army put a military post in the middle of their land. Along came Christian missionaries and eventually the Bureau of Indian Affairs schools. These outsiders immediately tried to interfere with the traditions of the White Mountain people's religious practices, causing many of their traditions to be lost over time. Although much of the culture had been lost, the rituals still revolve around the belief that nature points to a divine saving power. For the most part, White Mountain Apache dance and religious ceremonies have been devoted to healing. In the past, the dances were done for someone who had broken a taboo and inadvertently disrespected a supernatural power. Although modern medicine has replaced the earlier reliance on traditional curing ceremonies, dance has remained of strong spiritual significance. The dance is a healing of the inner self and is reflected outward toward others. The dances open you to the world around you and help you realize there is a greater power in the spiritual world. The Mountain Apache people believe the spiritual powers in nature, such as plants, animals, minerals, and meteorological phenomena, can be invoked and controlled through specific songs and chants. Sung by medicine men and the help of others, the songs reveal the healing power of the Gan, mountain spirits who drive away evil. Another supernatural power is the Changing Woman, who endows young girls with the strength to live a full and long lasting life as possible. The Slayer of Monsters is another spiritual being who protects soldiers in war. These supernatural spirits are of the utmost importance in their culture and are praised in the White Mountain people's everyday lives. In order to become a medicine man in their culture, a supernatural being would have to come to a man's dream, in which he would be taught a song. This song would teach him the spiritual reality and power around him. Almost always, if one has this kind of dream, they are going to be a medicine man. They would then pass these songs down to others in a ritual context. Most of the songs sung by the White Mountain Apaches are thought to be generations old and passed down from their ancestors. Almost all songs and dance in this culture reflect the creation and design of the universe, mostly about the four cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. They also hold the multiples of four to be sacred numbers in their religious beliefs, and this is expressed in multiple songs and dance. One of the biggest dances in the White Mountain Apache tribe's culture is the sunrise dance. It goes on during the sunrise ceremony, one of the most sacred White Mountain Apache religious ceremonies performed today. Held the summer after a girl's first menstrual cycle, this ceremony prepares her for adult life by calling upon the spiritual presence of changing woman. During the sunrise dance, the changing woman transforms a young girl, making her spiritually strong and endowing her with a long, healthy life. While the actual ceremony lasts 4 days, planning often begins 6 months to a year in advance. Early Saturday morning, when the sunrise dance takes place, at least 4 blankets covered with a buckskin are placed on a specially prepared dance ground. Cartons or burden baskets filled with candy, fruit, and coins have been placed to the east of the baskets, while to the west is placed a basket or abalone shell filled with henninten, sacred yellow pollen. The medicine man, singers, and drummers stand behind the buckskin facing east. The girl, accompanied by a girlfriend, stands before them in front of the buckskin. The two girls also face east. When the singing begins, the girls dance in place, stepping gently from one foot to the other. Together, the girls dance to a prescribed number of sunrise ceremony songs, usually 32. These songs tell of the creation of the universe and the changing woman. It is during this dance while these sacred songs are sung that the girls receive the power of a changing woman and becomes holy. She will remain holy for the next 4 days. Another form of White Mountain Apache Indian dancing is crown dancing. Crown dancing is performed when people want to invoke the power of the gun, powerful spiritual beings who once lived among the White Mountain Apache and whose spirits now dwell in the mountains. The power of the gun is believed to be manifested in the wind. It is invoked by masked dancers who wear elaborate headdresses or crowns. During the religious ceremonies in which they perform, these dancers have the power to drive away evil, bestow blessings, or heal the sick. In the past, crown dancing may have occurred exclusively during healing ceremonies. Today, crown dancing is almost always performed at sunrise ceremonies and may also be performed during healing ceremonies. Gone are invoked at sunrise ceremonies in order to bestow blessings at healing ceremonies. Gone are invoked to cure an individual with a particularly serious or lingering illness. Crown dancing is performed on the second night of the sunrise ceremony and again the following day. There are usually 4 male dancers personifying the gun, and a fifth who is a clown. Saturday late in the evening, people gather around a bonfire at the same dance ground where the young girl performed her sunrise dance. The medicine man who is officiating and who has prepared the dancers stands on the east with the singers and the drummers. The clown always comes first. He enters from the east. He is the chief. He has the power and he is the leader of the group. Even though he may be funny, but yet he has the power and he is directing the dancing. Whirling his bull roar overhead, the clown blesses each of the 4 cardinal directions. The clown blesses the east first, then the south, west, and then the north. He then leaves the dance ground. This introductory rite lets the people know that the crown dancers are coming. Shortly thereafter, the crown dancers appear. They too enter from the east and are followed by the clown. Each crown dancer is carrying a pair of sword-like wands made from yucca or satul wood. They are wearing calf-high moccasins, buckskin skirts decorated with metal cone tinklers, and wide leather belts with bells attached. Their torsos and arms are painted with black and white designs representing thunder, clouds, and rain. Long strips of red cotton cloth with 4 eagle feathers attached hang from each arm. The crown dancers' headdresses consist of black cloth hoods, oak head frames, and satul slat crowns. The crowns are painted with sacred images and are prescribed by the medicine man and are specific to ceremony in which they are used. After they have been assembled and painted, each dancer attaches his personal eagle feather at the turquoise stone. As a rule, these sacred headdresses are worn only once. After the ceremony, feathers and turquoise are removed and masks are put away forever in mountain crevices or caves. Upon entering the dance ground, the crown dancers bless the 4 cardinal directions and the medicine man begins to sing. From the very first measure of his song, the dancers-singers know exactly when to join in. The dancers take their lead from the first crown dancer. Associated with the east, he represents the most important gun. First, the dancers follow each other, dancing in a snake-like formation around the fire. Then they dance with the girl and her friends. Next, each crown dancer takes a turn dancing alone, one trying to outdo the other. Their moves are bold and dynamic, their steps quick and agile. As they circle the dance ground, they lunge and bob, twisting and turning their bodies sharply from one side to side, tipping their headdresses back and forth. Extending their arms, they thrust their wands toward the ground or overhead, all while striking dramatic poses in quick, rapid succession. Sometimes they suddenly stop and look around like a deer. Once they have danced gradually circling the fire clockwise 4 times, the dancers leave the dance ground, exciting towards the east. After they have rested, they come back to dance 4 more dances. After they have danced the last time, the clown once again blesses the 4 corners with his bull roar. This final blessing concludes the dance. As you can tell, dance is very important to the White Mountain Apache people. They use dance to heal, they use dance to cast away evil spirits, and they use dance for happy times. As you can see, dance is very important in their culture and takes place in everyday lives of the White Mountain Apache people. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for listening. This is Joseph Woodard signing off. Goodbye.